Good morning. Today is Friday, April 11th, 2025, and I am going to do a quick walkthrough of the nursery to show you what our current inventory is available for sale. So we have a whole bunch of blackberries and raspberries now that are not quite ready to go. They should be ready by next Saturday. A bunch of Triple Crown, mostly quarts, a few gallons, some, Sweet Arc Ponca blackberries, some Georgia Red raspberries. This is a variety that we haven't tried before, but we needed to buy in something to have red raspberries available for you all this year. This one is a summer bearing red, and it is thornless. We also have Anne yellow raspberries, Jewel black raspberries. We have a bunch of those that are ready to go, and then some that need to wait until next weekend. We still have a ton of really nice elderberries. Now these will probably be potted up to larger sizes soon so that they'll continue to be happy in their pots. So get them now while they're still in the smaller size and a little more affordable. We've got Wildwood, Ranch, Marge, Bob Gordon, more Ranch. I think that's it. Honeyberries, we still have a nice selection of honeyberries. The Pollinator, Seat Check 17, Indigo Treat, Honeybee, Indigo Gem, and Svetlana. We've got a ton of nice blueberries now. Blu-ray in quart pots, some Patriot in gallons, Blu-ray in gallons, Polaris in gallons and 2 gallons, St. Cloud, 1 gallon left of that, and the rest are all 2 gallons. Aurora in 2 gallons, and also some Aurora in quarts down there. A lot of these quarts will be potted up to gallons soon, though. Some Hannah's Choice in gallons and 2 gallons. We have a few Silky Dogwood there in quarts and gallons. That's a native sort of wet-loving dogwood. Blue Crop blueberries. I don't know why the dogwoods are in between the blueberries. But Blue Crop in gallons and more Patriot. Okay. A decent number of Autumn Brilliant Serviceberry. Now that is a tier 2 plant now. So those are $24 in the gallon size. And those also will be potted up to 2 gallons soon. They're getting pretty big. Some Phillips High Bush Cranberry in quarts. Just one Nanking bush cherry right there in 2 gallons. But I actually have some more bush cherries that will be ready to go by next weekend that I'll show you here in a second. Here are the Aronia. We've got Mackenzie in 2 gallons and gallons, Viking and Nero in gallons, and some seedlings of Nero in 2 gallons. All right, the Flying Dragon Trifoliate Orange. Now, I show you the one in the ground here it's just about done blooming, but it was really beautiful earlier this week. Lots of the Flying Dragon Trifoliate Orange. A few mulberries here in gallon pots, and we have some others in 2 gallons that are down below. We've got the native red mulberry, one Italian, one white fruiting, and 2 Collier. Some thornless honey locust, Amorpha fruticosa, the false indigo bush, lots of Kentucky coffee tree in gallons and 2 gallons, some red bud in quarts and gallons, more thornless honey locust in quarts. Heart nuts in large quarts. They're still the same price as quarts. Some black walnut seedlings, butternut, shellbark hickory, I think there, and some shagbark hickory, some wild pecans. Almonds, we have three Javid's almonds left in 2 gallon pots. 2 of these are on small semi-dwarf rootstock and 1 on full size. Some Chinese chestnuts in all sizes. Hybrid hazelnuts. The native eastern hazelnuts in gallons. We also have some quarts of those that will be ready to go by next weekend. All right, pears. Still have a lot of nice pears in gallon pots, but these will be potted up to 2 gallons soon. We've got Shinseki, Korean Giant, Sunrise. Sorry, I slipped in the mud. Wear rain boots when you come, by the way, this weekend. All right, we've got Sunrise pears, Honey Sweet pears, Red Claps, Magnus, Harrow Sweet, Potomac, Kiefer, Bosque, Shenandoah. And then we do have a few persimmons left. Not all of these are ready to go. We're sort of waiting on them to leaf out a little bit more before we let them go to new homes. But we do have a couple nice Mount Roman Koch hybrid persimmons in quart pots. These are tier 3, so those quart pots are 24, I believe. There's, I don't know. I would wait on the rest of these, honestly, until we see good growth on them. All right, lots of peaches here. Red skin on full size, as well as semi-dwarf fruit stock, Raritan Rose, Reliance on tons of Reliance still on full size rootstock, as well as the small semi-dwarf. Here are the bush cherries, the Nanking bush cherries that will be ready to go by next week. This is a new variety for us, Cherokee. We've mostly just had the seedling Nanking bush cherry. This one is a selected variety. A few apples here still in gallon pots. Oh, and some wild plums. We have a Jonafrey and a Crimson Crisp on dwarf fruit stock there. Those are the only dwarf apples we have at the moment. And then we've got Winter Banana, Arkansas Black, Molly's Delicious, Liberty, all on semi-dwarf fruit stock. Apples down here, we've got lots of Red Free and Molly's Delicious and Hudson's Golden Gem, all on semi-dwarf. We have some seedless Che here in 2 gallon pots. We've also got other sizes back on the other tables. I'll show you. Mulberries. We've got some nice native red mulberries, some white fruiting mulberries, GH1, Korean Kakuso. These all got mixed around. We had to take them in when we had that freeze. I know that there's a Lucille and a Miss Kim in there somewhere. Ginkgos, we've got Salem Lady, Goldspire, Tubifolia, and Jade Butterfly. A couple flowering quints there. One big apple Cornus moss, the cornelian. Wait, no, that is a cornuscusa. Sorry, the Asian dogwood. That is, yeah, that's a variety that is selected for larger fruit size. A bunch of nice wild plums in 2-gallon pots. Some Sam's sweet cherry in 2-gallon pots. Here are more pears. We've got Shenandoah, Magnus, Red Claps, Harrow Sweet, Potomac, Harrow Sweet, Kefir, Sunrise. I think that's all. Oh, and some Korean Giant over here. All right, the water plants, a lot of these are still not up yet, but we do have a lot of nice pink water lilies that are starting to come up. You can sort of see them down there. And I just got some tubers of this native white water lily that is fragrant. The Nymphea odorata, I think, is the scientific name. And we're still waiting to see when the native oh my gosh, I'm losing my words. The native lotus comes up. That's a yellow flowering lotus. We have lots of soft rush, some really pretty variegated sweet flag there. The lizard tail is starting to come up. A lot of nice corkscrew brush. Some horsetail. The American sweet flag. Lots of spiderwort, the pink spiderwort, as well as some blue, some obedient plant, marshmallow, some cardinal flower, glade mallow, and we're still waiting on that pickerel weed to come up. Okay, we have a ton of baby pawpaws that have just been potted up. Should be ready to go by next weekend. We also have some that have been in their pots here in the 3-inch pot size. Those are nice, and those are ready to go anytime. And those are all seedlings of improved varieties. We've also got some quarts of that from last year still. And one Benny's favorite pawpaw that I would like to see leaf out a little bit before it goes home, but that's the only grafted pawpaw we have right now. A bunch of Amish gooseberry, one Crandall American clove currant. It's looking pretty nice there. That is a tier 2. Everything else here is tier 1, by the way. Ben Conan black currant. Other black currants, Gloire de Sablon pink currant, some Lewis R black currant, Gloire de Sablon pink currant in gallons, and red currants in gallons. Also 1 or 2 red currants in quarts there. Tybin black currant, more unnamed black currants, Nancy May black currant. Over here we have the yellow groove bamboo. That is the one that's edible. And then our native river cane bamboo. A biomass willow. The Native American pussy willow in gallons. some orange basket willow, some golden corkscrew willow, lots of dappled willow, a few little magnolia vine seedlings, just two hops vines left there, cascade, a whole bunch of cornelian cherries in quarts and 3-inch pots, although those probably by next weekend all of those will be potted up to larger sizes. Some Asian dogwood, the Cornus cusa, in gallons and quarts. Tiger tooth jujubes. These are a tier 3 plant. We have these are on their own roots, so you don't have to worry about the graft failing. And we have those in quarts and gallons. Some seedless che. Now, all of these quarts will probably be potted up to gallons by next weekend, but they're available as quarts for now. Some 2 gallons and gallons of those. A few jewelry. Sorry, I think that's actually 2 words. Chul. Got it wrong on the pots, but it's jewelry che. We have a couple of those in gallons, so the 1 2-gallon there, and some California Dreaming che in gallons. Darlene muscadine, other muscadines. So we've got Sugargate, Summit, more Darlene, Summit, Supreme, Carlos. Lots of Carlos muscadine. Carlos is the only self-fertile one we have right now. The rest of those are female. Some bunch grapes here. We've got Steuben. Yeah, more Steuben. Lenoir, Concord, and Ives. The sunchokes are coming up nicely. We've got some Supernova. We've got a bunch of LSU ground nuts. More sunchokes, Nora and Smooth Red. And more ground nuts. Some wild ground nuts and lots of nice LSU. Those aren't up yet though. Geneva 3 hardy kiwis. Those are also not quite ready to go. They should be ready by next weekend. I got a bunch of the kiwis out of the greenhouse yesterday, so we've got more quarts available on the tables now. We've got Ken's Red, the male, 55, Dumbarton Oaks. I know that we have at least 1 acai in the gallon pots. And then lots of males in gallons, Fairchild, Oppets. Those are both male varieties. Yeah, more of the same. Okay. 1 little purple rose of Sharon there. Some Chinese quince. And some Toyo Nishiki flowering quince. Ginkgos, a bunch of Gold Spire male ginkgo. I think there's a couple females in here somewhere too. These also got sort of mixed up when we put them away for that freeze. Yeah, there's an Eastern Star female ginkgo. Those are all on their own roots, so you don't have to worry about the graft failing and ending up with a female when you wanted a male, or vice versa. We have a ton of really nice Virginia bluebells in the gallon-size pots. Some really nice little dwarf-crested iris. Those are going to have to be divided in the pot soon. A Labrador violet. The purple flowering raspberry. That's a native non-fruiting raspberry. Myoga ginger. Those aren't up in their pots yet. I'd sort of wait on those until we see them come up. We have some of the smooth Solomon seal. in quart-sized pots. Just one rhubarb left. Rue in gallons. We have a ton of nice swamp milkweed coming up, and they're just starting to sprout up in the pots there from last year. Some nice Roman chamomile, a couple things of skirt, some perennial sunflowers, a dianthus, sage, Himalayan silver mint, chives, yucca in quarts and gallons. We have a ton of that. Some compact oregano, RM Gold creeping oregano back there, and Zorba Red, which is a more ornamental oregano. Some lime balm just starting to come up there. Big leaf mountain mint. It looks like we just have one of those. Well, this other one didn't come up. Some oregano mint, a bunch of topaz, St. John's wort, more nice swamp milkweed. The ornamental clovers over here. We have the blood moon clover and some ruby ripple, I think is one that we named. With this cool cloudy weather, they're not as colorful at the moment. They like a little sun to color up. The Baptisia is starting to come up in its pots nicely. The Lespedeza, the pink bush clover, is starting to come up. Candied fruit mint, rockin' raspberry, dwarf bergamot, more Baptisia, gray catmint, lots of nice Virginia mountain mint, some little tiny bellworts coming up in their pots there, more swamp milkweed, wild bergamot, Kentucky kernel spearmint, a bunch of the vernal witch hazel in 2 gallons and gallons. We ordered some of the Virginia witch hazel, the fall flowering witch hazel, but it hasn't come in yet. But hopefully that will be available soon. More Solomon seal. We've got one little trout lily there, but I think you can't have it. I think I am going to take that off the table and plant it for myself. Some nice wild ginger coming up in the pots. More bellwort. We have 2 male spice bush out here, but we do have a lot of female spice bush that will be ready to go soon. Just a couple of ramps left, and those have been in their pots so long they're all out of nitrogen. They look kind of crappy. But a lot of this cool native stone crop. This is a woodland stone crop that is a local seed source. One more ramp. Some nice little May apples there in quarts and gallons. Oh, and there are a few Virginia bluebells in quarts. I showed you them on the other side of the table. They were just gallons over there. And we do have a couple sea kale there, but I think you can't have those either. I think I'm going to plant those out. Okay, I'm here in the big greenhouse. We have a few things still in here. Here are the spice bush. These were cuttings from last year that were just potted up. And we do have a nice number of females and a few males. A whole bunch of figs. I still can't tell you all the varieties because they're all jumbled up in here, but we do have some Syrian Dark, some Abu George. See a Danny's Delight there. Tons of Syrian Dark because that's one of our favorites. We did a bunch of those. There's some improved maypops back there and a couple of our native honeysuckle. Magbar fig, Rhone de Bordeaux, Violette Dauphine, and over here in the larger pots of figs, we have Latarula, Marseille Black VS, Magbar. I know there's a bunch of Chicago Hardy in there too, in the large pots, but I can't quite see the labels for you in here. And then we still have some seedless Che in here as well. Yeah, these are all gallon pots. Okay, these tables back here are all things that are not quite ready to go yet, but most of these will be ready by next weekend. We've got the native Eastern hazelnuts here, some nice wild plum seedlings in gallons and 2 gallons. Oh, some fun natives that we just bought in. Black cohosh, blue cohosh. That blue cohosh is really cool. Look at the little guys coming up there with the purple stems. We've got some golden seal. Sorry, I'm jumping around here, but I wanted to show you the new stuff. There's a little baby golden seal coming up there. Some evergreen wild ginger. So this is very similar to the more common wild ginger that we have on the tables, but it has a slightly different shaped leaf and supposedly stays evergreen. I don't know. We haven't. That's not one that we've had before. Ostrich fern. Those we have had, and these we propagated from our own garden beds. Some celandine poppy. Those will all be ready by next weekend. More blue cohosh, golden seal. Oh yeah, ginseng. We got some really nice ginseng roots from a place in Wisconsin. So we have a couple flats of nice American ginseng to sell. Other stuff back here, some citronella malm, the raspberry wine or blue stocking bergamot, some catnip, Himalayan silver mint. I just potted up some of the Virginia native wild strawberries. Those, I think they'll be ready to go by next weekend. And some Chinese parsley, Chinese celery. That's a perennial celery. We use it more like parsley, but beaked hazel, sochan, which is also called a cutleaf coneflower. It's a Rudbeckia laciniata. That is a really nice edible green. Highly, highly recommend. What else back here that I skipped over? Chinkapins. The small chestnut type tree, not the chinkapin oak. Some weeping willow that we got cuttings of from the Poor Farm down the road, so sort of a, semi-historical tree. Seedless Che in 2 gallons. Some more chives, some little gold star, Rudbeckia. And I think we can go in here, check out what might be coming soon here in the little greenhouse. What do we have? The gummies. We have a lot of nice cuttings from last year that just got potted up. Sweet Scarlet. We have plenty of Sweet Scarlet. We do have a more limited number of the Carmine down here. It's still a decent amount. Got about a full flat of carmine gummies. And then those are all hardwood cuttings that are still rooting. A whole bunch of the improved maypops. We'll have some twin leaf seedlings for you. It's another fun little native woodland wildflower. Oh, yeah. This is sort of exciting. Juliet, bush cherry. I mean, I don't know. It's not really a bush cherry. It's a dwarf cherry. Those are on their own roots. More sweet scarlet gummies. We will have these available maybe in a month or something. This is the Georgia 866 jujube on its own roots. These were tissue culture. And I think that... Oh, and these little guys. These are the clove currant. These are seedlings of crandall. Crandall is a tier 2. These guys, since they're seedlings, will be a tier 1. And I'm very excited about those. Those have been a little bit hard to get going. And I think that's it for this week. So see you all next weekend or this weekend, although so much more will be available by next Saturday.